Welcome, Wolfpack. I'm just gonna make up a new saying for the audience every week.
You used to do that, actually. Remember our intros?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Welcome back, Wolfpack.
The first 2 years of our introductions were something.
They were something special.
They were something special.
Something
born out of David's brain.
Born out of dad jokes.
Yeah, that's pretty much what
That's basically what it was. I was the original dad joker.
Yeah.
Welcome,
the OG dad joker. Yeah, no one came before you.
No fathers joked before me. Welcome, everybody, to another episode. This is the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox community, and it has just been an absolute giant week of a week for all things Xbox.
And Nintendo. And PlayStation.
Yeah, everybody had. So Xbox had their Tokyo Game Show, which we'll get to in a moment. Some big things there. Looks like Xbox is, in all honesty, crushing it in Japan. Really making a push there. And we really haven't had this kind of Japanese game push since the Xbox 360.
I thought you were going to say, like, since the 80s.
Since Japan was happening. Since Back to the Future.
Yeah.
But in other news, Halo 343 is making some changes. Looks like they're restructuring.
Yeah.
Bonnie Ross out as head. Not that she was fired. She's leaving, quote unquote, for medical reasons.
Yeah.
Or family reasons, rather.
She announced that this week on Twitter. I can read you what she said.
Yeah, read what she said. Go ahead. Do it.
Yeah, so
Can you do it in her voice?
No, I can't.
Okay.
She said, well, I had hoped to stay with Halo until the release of the winter update. I'm letting you know I will be leaving 343 and attending to a family medical issue. I'm incredibly proud of the work everyone at 343 Industries has done with Halo Infinite, the Master Chief Collection, the Halo TV series, and so much more. It has been an honor to serve alongside the team for the last 15 years and to be a part of a universe that I love. Thank you to everybody in the Halo community for your support. Halo's future is bright. I cannot wait for all of you to experience what we have in store and to cheer alongside you as a fan at the Halo World Championship in October. End quote. So
there we go. She is out. Now, Anubis wrote in on Discord. If you would like to leave a question, we have a thread pinned to the top of our forums over on Discord, XoneBros.com/Discord. And Anubis said, sad to see, but I honestly have doubts the reason isn't the launch of Halo Infinite. And while I'm sure she's being honest about her reasoning for leaving, the Halo Infinite launch probably did not help. It maybe helped her make her decision, rather. What do you think?
Well, I think the launch went relatively smoothly. I think it's the live service that people are upset with because the launch.
But even before the live service, there was other issues.
Remember they did the surprise launch, which wasn't really a surprise.
Early,
the
30 days
the multiplayer thing. I mean, there were some issues, but it wasn't terrible. You know what I mean? Like,
sure,
it wasn't a terrible experience. I mean, yeah, there was a couple server drops on my end. I think that even now there's still a little bit of desync. So I mean, it wasn't a terrible launch. I think most of the frustration comes with
lack of content,
the live service, and current handling of it. So I think her reason is true. I think she does need to attend to a family medical issue, and best wishes to her. And I hope everything's okay because that's a sucky reason to have to leave.
Okay, yes. Now, before we were talking about this before the show, and I think it's an important thing to make before everybody piles on Bonnie Ross with Halo. She actually, regardless of what you think, let's say you lay all the blame of the live service issues at her feet. Go right ahead. Halo would not exist were it not for Bonnie Ross at this point.
Yeah, so basically what happened, and we can go back into the archives, and you guys can correct me for little details later if you want, but
I wouldn't give them that permission.
Yeah,
don't correct me.
Yeah, what I say is right.
Don't at me.
From my understanding, after Bungie was done with Halo, after Reach and Microsoft basically acquired the license, and Bungie moved on to what we now know as Destiny, Microsoft wasn't. I don't think they were necessarily going to get rid of the Halo franchise. I just don't think they were keen to put all their resources into it.
I like the word keen.
Yeah.
Are we British?
Yeah.
I think that's a great word.
We do appeal.
Queen
we do
dies,
have some
and now we're talking like the English
tribute to the Queen.
Keen.
Why not?
Yeah.
You've been reading Harry Potter, haven't you? You're watching a little too much Lord of the Rings.
I have been watching a lot of Lord of the Rings.
We'll talk about that later.
So she came in and basically said, hey, no, Halo's important. Let's do this. Let's make a studio. Let's dedicate it to Halo. And that's why she is the founder of 343. She's the head of 343. And as far as I know, she was well liked throughout Microsoft. And like I said, despite if you feel that she mismanaged things or whatever, we have to admit she did have a love for the franchise, and I don't think the franchise would be as big as it is without her stepping up and saying, "Hey, we need to focus on Halo."
Yeah.
We need
and create a studio for Halo.
create a studio
So-
specifically for creating Halo. Yeah.
So
We with the Wolfpack honors her.
yeah. So
What you're saying.
but what's really interesting,
Good job, Dave.
talking about management. So she was the head of 343, but she was the head of a lot of stuff, and this may or may not be why Halo is in the state it's in, or whatever. That's not for me to say. I'm not on the inside. I can only speculate. But basically, they've essentially they're restructuring, and they've kind of divvied her position into 3 separate positions. So now we have Pierre Hintz as the studio head
Okay.
of 343. So he is in charge of the game, and this is good news because Pierre is the reason Master Chief Collection is fixed.
Oh, okay, very good.
So good news.
This is a good guy to bring on to fix everything else.
Yeah. So man,
He's a
maybe
fixer.
yeah. So you know he's this. I think this is a good choice. You then have GM of franchise Brian Koski, and then the business and operations lead is Elizabeth Van Wyck. Now, all this used to be from what it sounds like, all this used to be under the responsibility of Bonnie Ross, and I think this is Microsoft saying, "Hey, let's restructure things.
Yeah.
Let's
get more efficient, more effective."
So I'm interested to see how this is going to go.
Director of engineering rumored to be leaving.
The director of engineering is been reported that I think it was confirmed that he's leaving as well. So I don't know why. That's all still under wraps, but definitely some restructuring going on at 343. For better or worse, we'll see what happens. But I think Microsoft has seen like, okay, we need to do something to kind of rejuvenate and get people excited, back into Halo. So, but
interesting. It will be interesting to see how this plays out. What we see. What is this next season? And like I said, so a lot of people, oh, Halo's done. That's it. We should just not even worry about the franchise done. It's like, guys, we live in a live service age, and I don't think you can ever. Now, if they mess up this next season after 10 months and it's not there, and what we expect is not there, then it's like, okay, well, there are bigger issues here. But I think you can easily, not easily, but you can have a solid season and all will be forgiven.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe these changes, like for example, having Pierre strictly over the studio, right? It sounds. I think the GM of franchise. I think he takes care of like the TV show and other stuff. I mean, I don't know the specifics of the other 2 jobs, but maybe having someone just focused on the game, as opposed to the entire pie, right?
Sure.
I maybe we'll see. And I'm still a little bit worried because remember in their recent developer update when they talked about the newest season coming, what is it, in March? That's a step towards their seasonality that they're going for. And I think that's really the key word that a lot of people are frustrated with. It's like, okay, wait, so you're saying it won't even be seasonality at that point?
Yeah.
It's just a step towards it. It's hard to say where Halo is, and it's hard to see a bright future, but I hope there is a bright future for it.
Spicy. What are your thoughts on this?
It's fascinating to think about Halo because what Microsoft and 343 have done well is what they're good at, and what they've done poorly is what they're not good at. So, like 343 in Halo, what I'm trying to say is they've done very well at making the core game. They've done very well at making a game that's fun, that is it requires skill. It allows beginners. It allows skilled players. It has a lot of great technicality to it. I enjoy the maps. I wish there were more maps. And that's what I'm getting at is I wish there were more things to this great game. And that's where a lot of the fluster come
about.
Yeah, the disappointment comes from not lack of the game being good. It's lack of the content for that game to keep me to keep me involved in the game. So what I mean by what Microsoft has done well, they've created a great game. They're good at creating games. They're new to the whole live service content, keep me going type thing. And I think, I don't know at what point does that shift happen? Because I mean, Halo traditionally has been not a live service game. It has been it comes out pay to play every 6 years. That's just been their model. This is their try at turning that into an infinite game that lasts decades. Yeah, I did that on purpose. And it's their new take on it. Here's my thing, though. You have such good examples out there on how to get people to enjoy seasons, to enjoy battle passes, to spend money that way. And they didn't do what I thought that they would do. For example, I mean, the XP system, how it's worked originally, how it was poorly created, and how they've added to fix it. I don't like the system. I feel like, here's an example. I enjoy playing the game while I'm playing it. It's until I get to that end screen that I'm disappointed and frustrated. When it should be just the opposite. It should be...
You should feel satisfied.
When I get to the end, I am progressing how I want to progress. I'm getting things that I want to get. And the frustrating thing is how many good examples we have out there, and they didn't do it that way.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Well, it's the same with me with the just a standard progression system, not even the battle pass, just a leveling system that gives you something to progress towards. I know everybody's thinking like, "Oh, Jordan, you say this all the time. It's not a big deal." That's the point.
Hey, Jordan, shut up.
Yeah, that's the point. If you made a decision to cut something as little as a leveling system, what else is going on?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I mean, to be honest. The way 343 advertised, it's partial. It's a lot of it's that's why a lot of people are upset. They literally said this engine was created for us to deliver content.
Sure.
Where's the content?
Where is
you know what I mean?
We'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
And I just sorry, I heard a comment this week that makes a lot of sense to me.
Okay, give it to me.
Because it's going back to like split screen, right? They're reallocating their resources.
I have no problem with that. I'm not going to lie.
Well. Sure, it's probably not.
Well, that's because you're stupid.
Yeah, it's probably not like if you look at their like if they look at their.
You look legitimately offended that.
I was trying to think of like a witty comeback to that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If they look at their analytics, probably not a lot of people use split screen, but it's something that is expected of Halo, right? Halo was born from split screen. You know? And this is the I heard this. I actually
disagree.
No, Halo was born of split screen.
I don't disagree with that. What I disagree with is that they need it.
Well, of course they don't need it, but
anymore. It's outdated.
But I think
it's no longer needed.
I think it's a feat.
I actually hate split screen.
It's a kick in the balls.
No,
David.
you're not. No, you hate split screen until you use it.
I've moved on and evolved. I don't need that. I don't need that shit.
No, you're wrong. Because as soon as you play Halo with your kids and everything, you're like, oh, split screen's a great choice.
No, I hate playing split screen with Lego Star Wars with my kids because I'm like, oh,
no, that's because they have that dynamic. They have
they don't have the dynamic on the Star Wars.
You're tied. Yeah, that's a different example. This is different. They have their own screen that you can just snipe.
And that's because you think that you wish that they were better players, right?
No, this is
no. I think it's outdated.
they're kids.
I'm going to say it. It's outdated. It's like the buggy whip. We don't need it. The Ford no longer needs the whip, and we're asking for the whip still. No, we don't need it.
No, there's
an engine.
No, you're taking away a feature that has always been there. You're taking away content.
We're not taking away a feature though. That feature has moved. That feature has moved to the internet.
No, it hasn't. You don't need Forge. I can use the same comment with all these.
That's foolish.
No, you don't need Forge. Forge wasn't in Halo 1 or 2. You don't need Forge.
That's foolish.
Why do you need Forge? We've evolved. The developers can make
you're
literally all David needs is electricity,
you're being foolish.
a TV, and a controller and an Xbox. And
no,
he's
but
happy, right?
And the internet.
That's part of your argument. Okay,
no, it is.
We've progressed because of the internet. We no longer need split screen, and I actually think rip off that Band-Aid. Good for Halo. Ripping off that Band-Aid.
I completely disagree.
Being held back by split screen.
How are you being
too long?
How are you being held back?
Because it's using up resources.
This is my point. This is my point. And I believe it was I think the Act Man made a new video and he made this point. And I said he's right.
What did he
Microsoft
say?
dropped 40 or 60 billion dollars on Activision, right? 70 billion dollars, whatever it was.
68.4.
Yeah. They can't spare some resources for split screen.
No, I'm talking about
hey, he's right.
I'm talking about hardware resources.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about.
well, it is the world's most powerful console.
Yeah.
But
Also what the Eggman said.
I mean,
okay.
at what point do you?
Hey.
No, let me ask you this.
Call of Duty has split screen.
Star Wars Lego does not have online multiplayer, but it does have split screen. Wouldn't you rather have it reversed? Yes. The answer? Yes, you would. Why?
Well, I'd
because
rather
you're
have
a male
both.
in 2022.
No, I'd rather
That's
have
why.
both.
That's stupid.
That's stupid.
How is that? I don't get that. How that's stupid.
Because the question wasn't, would you like to have both? The question was, wouldn't you rather have it flipped? If you could only have
All right.
one, you'd rather have
All
it
right,
flipped.
all right, here. Let me show you this. Multiverses. Me and my son Daniel can play against you and your son online. That's a combination of split screen and online co-op.
Yeah, but
both.
This is an entirely different game that we're talking about.
Doesn't matter. The principle applies.
Talking about the principle.
Yeah. The principle.
Now, my principle is we've moved on from split screen for that type of game. We don't need it anymore. We have the internet, and it's superior.
No, you're wrong.
Playing online with my friends
you're wrong.
is superior.
I'm playing. Than having to play with my kids.
No, it's superior to playing split screen. Like, that's just it. Playing on separate monitors via the interwebs is far superior than split screen. And the fact that we're getting hung up on
disagree.
split screen is foolish.
Yeah, but it's like saying it's like getting in your car and it has like one of those 6 CD changers, right? You're pissed because there's 6 and not just one. You know what I mean? It's like, well, it can have both and be good.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna drink another sip of my Dr.
Yeah,
Pepper.
no. It's I'm not saying
while I
I'm not
ponder
saying
this.
they should choose one or the other.
Did you
I'm
guys
saying they
both
should
do
have
mushrooms
both.
before this show. Like, is that why I can't keep up with what your logic is?
I think that logic makes sense. Yeah. You're getting mad at the 6 CD changer because there's not only one CD that can fit in there.
No,
That's what you're.
No, I'm getting mad.
That's like the equivalent.
No. I'm not getting mad.
We don't need 6.
No.
It's archaic.
No.
What would you rather
I'm-
have, a radio or CDs?
No, I am saying we no longer.
both.
No, I am saying. No, I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying we no longer need the CD player because we've got smartphones.
But I want both. Like, why? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's an occasion where it's like, oh, I need to put this CD in. That worked out. That's
Yeah,
great. I'm
one
glad this feature is there.
Exactly. There's an occasion.
Exactly. And I've said,
Now, occasion is probably when you're sitting in the car with your grandpa and he's like, "Did you see this new record I bought, son?"
yeah.
And you're like, "Yeah, let me pop it in here."
And guess
Grandpa."
what? And guess what?
Player in car. We're talking about CD players. Cars don't even have those anymore.
I got this newfangled compact disc.
and
Digitally enhanced sound.
and it creates a memory, right? And what is gaming? Gaming is all about memories.
Yeah, and
and
I can
experiences.
create those memories online.
Without being in person.
No, you could be in person still. All I'm saying is separate screen is superior to split screen. So I
Look,
honestly don't think it's that huge
Okay,
of a deal.
I don't-
Halo decided to scrap split screen.
And I don't necessarily disagree that online is not superior or the more played. It obviously is, right?
And why are we having this discussion?
Because
Tony?
it's a feature being taken away. Why are you taking
You
away
no longer
features?
have a CD player.
And what really puts the nail in the coffin is people have already glitched
Wait a minute,
split
though.
screen in the game.
But
So it's there.
My Honda Odyssey 2022 does not have a CD player in it.
I know.
I don't view it as taking away a feature.
I do.
Because it's archaic.
Imagine if you had one of those big CD cases full of CDs. And
It slits onto your visor and you're like pulling it out.
exactly. See, Jordan still has that CD case, and that's why he is upset. You've already thrown the CD case out.
I have moved on.
Yeah, and no, it's the whole precedent of everything. I know people are going to say, "Oh, it's 5 years ago," and we can talk about that later. But when they said all future games are going to ship with split screen, they didn't deliver. They didn't deliver twice on that, by the way.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
But it sets a precedent of they can't deliver features that they promise, right? Not to mention, I think as a fan of Halo, give them something like, hey, here's split screen. This is what Halo was born off of. Give it to them. Yeah. I don't think it's impossible to put in the game. Obviously, it's not, because this week there's been glitches of people glitching the game to play split screen. And they said it was incredibly fun playing with your friends on the couch.
All right, let's talk about Assassin's Creed.
A Mirage.
Oh, and good luck to Bonnie Ross.
Yeah, good luck to Bonnie Ross.
And her family, yeah. So.
Yeah, good luck.
All right, so what are we talking about now? Assassin's Creed?
Let's talk about Assassin's Creed Mirage. It was dropped. We got a cinematic trailer this week, shown off at the Tokyo Game Show. Tokyo Game Show was this week. Everybody had a show this week. We had Nintendo, we had PlayStation, and we had the Xbox. And can I just say, the Tokyo Game Show was pretty legit. We're really focused on...
Wasn't Phil Spencer there?
Phil Spencer?
I think he was there, yeah.
We're really focused. I mean, I watched their presentation.
Yes.
Xbox had a decent presence.
They had a decent presentation, is what I would like to say. Yes. But Assassin's Creed Mirage going to the Middle East again. Baghdad, I believe, is the city that we're in. Basim is the character who
Wait, is it really
from
Baghdad
Valhalla.
or was that a joke?
No, it's Baghdad.
Oh,
yeah.
well,
Why are you laughing?
I thought it was. Sorry.
Who wants to go there?
I have nothing against it. It's just.
You think I'm making a joke?
Yeah, I did. I didn't realize that. I didn't know that was the city. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, we just can't take you seriously
Mike,
anymore, David.
can you take the shovel away from Jordan? He's digging that hole.
Sorry.
I like this. It feels like we're going back to our roots.
No, that's exactly when I watched this trailer. It reminded me of the first Assassin's Creed. It has that same aesthetics with the outfits, with the a lot of the. It wasn't gameplay. It's like a cinematic trailer.
Cinematic.
But,
Still cool though.
Yeah, but the location in Baghdad,
The vibe.
the vibe feels like the original Assassin's Creed, which
over Baghdad.
I mean, it was my first one. You always remember your first.
That's true.
That's
true.
So it looks great. It has the appearance of them trying to be sneaky without being sneaky. And what I mean by that is the last couple Assassin's Creed, if you've listened to the show for a while, you've heard my complaints about how Assassin's Creed is no longer a sneak. And, well, what would you call it? A sneak and slash?
Yeah.
The last couple Assassin's Creed have actually made it impossible or near impossible to play the game with a pure sneak build.
Yeah.
Which Assassin's Creed started as a sneak game, and that's the kind of game style that I like to play. And so the cinematic trailer, going back to the original kind of feel of the game, I have high hopes that this is going to be more focused. It doesn't have to be purely focused. Yeah. Obviously, there's
that scene right there is super throwback.
Yeah, we're looking at an eagle or a bird.
Yeah.
Well, and from what I've read online, it does sound like they are focusing on
it was like the first point they made.
Yeah, they are focusing on stealth mechanics, and they're trying to grab that, what would you call it, that energy of the first one.
First
back
two,
to the
first
classic.
Three. I'd say first three.
Yeah.
First three.
Back to kind of that classic Assassin's Creed feel.
So I'm very, very hopeful. I like the aesthetic. I like the look. This is why Assassin's Creed was cool, because look at the outfits that they originally wore with the hood.
Yeah,
good. It's a very cool aesthetic.
Good. I would like to make a correction. Sorry, I think I said this was shown off at Tokyo. It wasn't. This was shown off the Ubisoft conference that they had. So I apologize. At Tokyo, they announced Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey coming to Game Pass.
A lot of games coming to Game Pass, including Deathloop.
There's
Deathloop,
yeah.
Jordan, anything to add on to what Spicy said here on Assassin's Creed?
No, I like it. I like the feel of the first thing I noticed about the trailer, and what I really liked is how they cut off their fingers to show like the dedication to the creed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like really going back to that first era of Assassin's Creed.
Oh, what about this part?
I like the feather. That's how it was in the first game.
Right here, there's like a zombie.
What?
Watch.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they had to throw
Wait
that
for
in
it.
somehow.
Oh, if we rewind there like slightly.
Yeah. It's like a weird shadow zombie thing.
Yeah, we're gonna get zombie mode.
Zombie mode in Assassin's Creed. Oh man. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Just confirmed on the Ubisoft website. No split screen. Jordan, how do we feel?
Well, it's a single player game.
Yeah,
that's fine.
But no split screen.
They took away split screen. They took away firefight. It's the president of taking away features from a company that can drop $70 billion, right?
Yeah,
just saying, throw a couple guys on it.
David, this is a car that did not have power locks. It's
never had.
Yeah,
the power
you
locks.
can't get mad because it never had it in the first place. This never had co-op.
It did, and it was horribly. It was terrible.
Split screen co-op.
So you know what I just realized? Yeah. My kids will never know what it's like To have to crank your window down.
Or not have power steering.
Not have power steering.
Power steering is probably up there with like indoor plumbing as far as like.
Now imagine if your car just took away power steering on next year's model.
Yeah, would you be pissed?
Taking features
away? We don't need it. We don't need it. You can drive without power steering.
It is possible to drive without power steering. It's
I've done
annoying
it.
as crap.
That's what these guns are from.
Yeah.
That's how I grew up with no power steering in my old crappy truck.
No, but your analogy is not correct. Your comparison's not correct.
It all makes sense.
It would actually be like your car's taking away power steering because you no longer have to drive it. It drives itself. And you being mad that there's no power steering, even though you no longer have to drive it.
Yeah, but what if the computer breaks down and I have to drive it?
We've advanced beyond.
But what if it was more fun to drive it?
Check this out. Look, yeah.
Fair point.
Even in Minority Report, even in Minority Report, he had to drive the self-driving car.
Yeah.
Given that was a very particular situation, but still,
Yes, but in Back to the Future, the cars could fly. Boom.
Hey, also, can I throw out just another Assassin's Creed thing? I'm excited for Mirage. It kind of rejuvenated me to jump back into, Barbara Blake's been telling me to do this for like months, but to jump back into Assassin's Creed Valhalla and play that.
How has it been?
It's been pretty fun. It's actually nice.
You still in the dream?
No, it's actually nice to jump back in it because when I played Valhalla before, it was like I think I forget the order in which they came out. I think it was Valhalla, and then like I did Phoenix Rising, and then I did Far Cry 6, and that's just way too much Ubisoft in a. And it's
all the same game.
Yeah,
just
it's
a different
literally
skin.
and it's like oh my goodness, that is way too much Ubisoft in that short of a period. So I just kind of dropped it for a while. So it's exciting to come back and see. You know, I hope they don't make it like I don't know. I don't think games need to have thousands of collectibles. Mm-hmm. I get that you want to keep players in your game as much as possible, but tedious collectibles, I don't think do that.
They crush you with those tedious collectibles.
Yeah, I mean, going back even to Assassin's Creed 2 with those feathers that you hate.
I don't mind.
Yeah,
I like tedious collectibles. Jordan and David, this game isn't for you then. This game is for me.
But another thing I want to say, they also did announce another Assassin's Creed title. I believe they called it Code Red.
Yes.
Or something like that. It's going to take place in China?
Japan.
I'm going to laugh at whatever you say.
I thought it was China.
Japan.
It's Japan.
I thought it was China.
Oh, it's cool. We have the Google machine right here.
Okay, yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, it's that area.
So
of the world.
Wait, what did you just say about a?
So
Assassin's
they
Creed?
talked about another Assassin's Creed. It was kind of confusing when we're gonna get this one or what it's gonna be. I think it's
I'm a little confused now.
it's gonna be a part. They said it's gonna be a part of the Assassin's Creed Infinite or what do they call that? Assassin's Creed something or Ubisoft is really confusing when they do stuff.
I get that, yeah.
But anyway, it's codenamed Red, and I believe it takes place in either Japan or China.
Japan.
Well, I mean, you can't take the news off of the title. You gotta go like 5 paragraphs in before you actually get to the
Creed game, simply codenamed Red, and set in feudal Japan.
Oh, there it is. Okay, see.
What we just witnessed was David fact checking, and then Jordan fact checking David's fact check.
Well, you got to be, guys. Let's
what
be
we
honest.
witnessed is Jordan owning himself.
Well, let's be honest. You really do sometimes have to read like 3 pages in to get to the actual information you want.
Well, yeah. What is the deal? Why do websites? Oh, I know why they do that. So all the ads can pop up around you.
Yeah, why it's so small.
It's so.
in the middle.
I always skip when I'm looking for an answer to something. I open a page and don't even read. I scroll down 4 paragraphs
And then start reading.
and then I start reading because those auto-generated pages are super frustrating.
Yeah, it's a part of. Is it called Assassin's Creed Infinite or It's part of that thing that they're doing.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I don't know if that's going to be just.
it?
I don't know.
Is it a mobile game? Like what? What is it?
I really don't know. That would be hilarious if it was a mobile game.
Yeah, that would be.
Everybody's been wanting Japan, and they're like, all
So
right.
here's what this is from.
They actually love their gadgets and gizmos.
This is from
A lot of games.
PCGamer.com. It's codename Red. Ubisoft veteran Mark Cote described codename Red as the, quote, future of Ubisoft's open world RPGs. And the game is being developed by Ubisoft Quebec, the team behind Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So an open world RPG.
You know you're going to just be able to murder people in this game.
Yeah, it's Odyssey.
Yeah, Odyssey was and no one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Rose City Gamer, thank you for the super chat, $5. Appreciate that, Rose City Gamer. Appreciate your support. Thank you for being here.
But Mirage coming 2023, and I think it was first half of 2023, wasn't it?
Yep.
So excited to see some gameplay on it, and I really do hope they lean into the stealth. I mean, just go for it.
Now we did get at Tokyo, Xbox Tokyo, or Tokyo Game Show. Xbox was there, and they talked a lot about, you guys have asked for Xbox to be more focused, have more games created by Japanese creators. And then they showed off a bunch. We got a bunch coming to Game Pass. We've got Fuga Nino Kuni, which I actually have watched that whole game played in its entirety. And I'm very excited for that. That game looks fantastic. Deathloop. Which is not a Japanese game, but it is coming to Game Pass.
The Bethesda, before the acquisition, it was exclusive to PlayStation for whatever contract it was, and now it's finally coming to Game Pass.
Yeah. So very exciting. Overall, if you go look at the Tokyo Game Show, you can watch it as a recap. It's not that long, the Xbox presentation, but I thought they did a good job, and it's exciting to see that Xbox. I said this earlier. Not since 360, I think, has Xbox had such a focus on Japanese developers and Japanese games.
No, and it's good. I mean, it brings a whole new genre to the platform, and it's a genre that I enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Nier Automata.
Nier Automata, guys.
Are you still playing that?
So yeah, so good. I have to wait now. I've been held up because my kids love watching it, so I can't progress unless they're awake.
Oh, that's the worst. Oh man, that sucks.
Just play and then just kind of like, oh yeah, we're on this level.
Oh, you
Make
want
2 game saves.
By the way, you want to know what game I purchased? And then I went out of town, and I'm back now, so I'm very excited to jump into play Disney Dreamland.
I have played that.
Dreamlight Valley. That's what it is.
With
not
my
Dreamlight.
kids.
Dreamlight Valley.
I've heard that.
What do you think? The trailer hooked me. I was
Disney,
like, whoa.
It's Disney Animal Crossing.
It's
gonna pull
Disney
that up.
Animal Crossing / Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Now you go fishing with Goofy.
Yeah, you do.
What's it called again? Yeah.
Dreamlight Valley. It was kind of a...
So how much have you played it, or have you just sampled it?
a few hours.
What do you think? What are your thoughts?
So far, it's fun. It's got that charm of a B-Boy Wheel. That game is surprisingly deep. It really is. People you'll hear us say this, and you'll be like, "What are they playing? Some Pixar?"
There's your house. There's your house right there.
No, but it really is. B-Boy Will is right. The game is surprisingly deep. There's full customization of your house, character customization. It's got that Animal Crossing. I'm not going to say it's exactly like Animal Crossing because there's a few differences. But it's got that animal.
They're not animals.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, let's get that clear.
It's got that Animal Crossing feel with the Disney setting and the Disney charm. And like one of the goals is you need to get your friends to move into town, and your friends are like Moana, Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, Buzz, all these different things. My only complaint. And this goes back to also, even Microsoft, right? Disney, also a $1 billion company.
Okay.
You can't put voice acting in there?
Oh, yeah. What the heck? I have to. So, especially, I got it because I'm like, my kids will love this. But then it's all reading. Funny. It's all reading. And my kids can't read like that yet.
And
in fact, I'm very against reading. I don't know.
And you can say, like, oh,
who needs it?
It's an early access. So, voice acting.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
and
Disney is pretty much the master at min-maxing investments.
I know,
but also they're the master of voice acting. Really,
you literally have even just take clips from the movies, even if the sentence doesn't make sense.
The least amount of work to the most amount of maximum dollars gained is. I believe it's their slogan.
Whole crafting station. There's tons of quests.
Yeah, you got to do a lot of quests to get these people to become your friends.
Yeah. Look. Your
that
house
is funny,
gets built up.
Your kids are not going to be able to. You are forced to play this game,
and Merlin just goes on and on.
If they can't read, if they're not at a reading and Merlin just goes on,
and you're just like Merlin.
Oh my gosh! I wish this guy was just voice acted.
I like reading as much as the next guy, but come
Wait,
on.
can we rewind that part right there? That's hilarious.
What?
So she sets up on the beach. Watch this. Watch this. This character, this is why this game is so good. Right here, we're basically, so for those listening, we're watching. It's right now, we're on the island. So there's beaches here. Here's Merlin showing you how to do stuff. Okay. And here's showing off you're customizing. So you're customized. Now you're sitting on the beach with Ariel in your lawn chair and you're watching Moana dance or whoever that is.
Yeah, it's Moana.
Hilarious.
No, but it really does. If you're a fan of Animal Crossing type Sims, even a Stardew Valley, I think you'll find enjoyment in this game. You'll get to see some of your favorite characters. I'm glad that they went with like a mix of the classic and the new. You know what I mean? Like Ariel and stuff like that.
Another game with no split screen though.
It didn't have it already. That's the point we're trying.
Taking
Have
away
you not
features.
understood that?
Taking away features.
Away features that have already existed
I'm
is
just saying.
frustrating to people that like said features.
just
It's not a big deal to those that don't care and have a black heart.
I'm just saying, knowing that split screen's a possibility here, why not add it?
Why not? That is a good point.
if your
It's
kids-
another $1 billion company.
Imagine if you wanted to progress near Automata,
Yeah.
but your kids, you have to play with it. Maybe give them a controller and they can play their own world and the splits.
Unfortunately we're past the fake controller stage.
They're too smart for that.
Well, it's because
They're in between the reading
and the
and
but they're
the
past the fake
understanding reality.
controller.
yeah.
Oh man, that's a tough age.
It's a tough age, especially when I'm watching them play Star Wars and I'm like, you just gotta go, just go there.
Yeah.
They figure it out though. Like kids are smart, man. Anyways, I'm very excited to play this. Very excited to jump in.
And
Only that
for those that don't know, it is on Game Pass. You can buy like
pilot mode.
you can pay for. I paid for the premium because Disney just sucks away all my money. Anyway.
So did I. Yeah, so did I.
I paid for the premium.
Wait,
one,
what does a premium have?
I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just like, hey, do you want the free version or the premium version? It's like, well, you're gonna screw me with the free version, so.
That's exactly what I did with Risk. Risk was free to play, but they had a premium version, so I was okay.
I think they said like, you get something that no one else gets, and I'm like, okay.
But see, that can be misleading because I remember Destiny saying that I'd have like a flame sword if I got this, and I got it, and then you get the flame sword within like 20 minutes, another like different color flame sword.
Yeah, it's like way better.
20 minutes into the game, it's like, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
And then I thought I got game, like, I don't want to.
Also,
this is going to turn out to be very Freudian.
Oh, big one right there.
Yeah, one thing that we didn't talk about that happened earlier this week is GoldenEye 007 Remastered.
Oh, that's
to Xbox, baby.
So
that changed my life.
yeah, check this out. Now there is a little bad news to this.
Wait.
So
No online.
not for Xbox. Online is exclusive to Nintendo.
Those sons of men.
But good news is,
Everyone has a Switch,
yeah, that's good news. Yeah.
Goodness, everyone
so we're good.
They've basically updated it so you have more than 15 frames.
Oh,
Like
that's
back
good.
on the,
yeah, FPS.
I believe it can go.
Remastered.
39
frames a second.
on your hardcore hardware Switch.
You don't need to get the little adapter to plug into your N64 to give it a little bit more power boost.
I had one of those.
Yeah.
That was important.
Yeah, so it can go up to 4K resolution. They were talking about.
Now this is pretty sweet, and you can they basically it's the same game from what I understand. It's GoldenEye on your Nintendo, and now you can play over the internet like David loves.
Bump, bump,
Yes.
bum, bum,
Which-
bum, 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 bum,
Hey,
bum, bum.
that was like the original couch co-op,
It was the original
and now
split
it's
screen.
pure online. Maybe we should be pissed. Well, no, because you can still play in this, I assume, couch co-op.
No, I'm disappointed that only Nintendo gets the online features, but this is cool because it's going to be on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
This is it's going to be fun to.
GoldenEye, are
Go
we
through
outlawing
it.
It'll be
Odd
interesting
Job?
to see, like, do you remember the maps when you go back?
Dude, I won tournaments back in the day.
I wonder if what was it?
I'm
was it
excited.
the AK-47? It was the machine gun, but it looked like a colored pencil. I wonder if it still looks that way. Like,
colored
it did. It did. Look. If you look up pictures, I called it the pencil gun because
Wait,
it looked.
what gun
it looked,
was this?
It was one of the machine guns that you had.
I remember calling one of the guns the douche. And
The
I
golden
was,
gun?
Yeah, it was like the and I didn't know. I was
You're young.
I was young. I didn't know what words meant. It's
You're
like,
young and-
I want to be the douche.
Young and foolish.
I've got to fight the douche. But it was like a German gun. I don't even know.
Yeah, it looked. Yeah, there it is, right there. Yeah, check this out, guys. Yeah, it's a pencil gun.
Oh, that's like your standard AK.
Yeah, but it
That's
looked
the
like
AK.
a colored pencil.
I can see that. That's funny.
see that,
I should I pull that up?
Very good.
Yeah, the pencil gun.
I will pull it.
Yes, yes, I am talking about the AK-47 Chad. Yeah, it's the pencil gun.
Yeah.
Now every time you look at it, you're gonna think, oh,
Yeah,
that looks like
I
a
will.
colored pencil.
AK-47. Okay, let me type this so the world can see what Jordan's talking about.
Yeah, it's great. So I wonder if that's still gonna look like that, or if it's going to, with updated resolution.
That pencil gun in 4K.
There we go. We're gonna get the pencil gun.
There it is,
I'm
everybody.
gonna zoom it in. So
Dude, look how
everybody can-
awesome that game was.
Dude, the game
Like where they have like the photorealistic faces on the NPCs, right?
Yeah, it's like
Groundbreaking technology
like
at the
paste
time.
on.
Yeah.
Is this the best game from a movie? Born from a movie? Ever? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, I think when Hogwarts Legacy comes out, we'll know the answer
It
to that question.
doesn't have Quidditch.
I'm deeply,
Can't be. It's already flawed.
I'm deeply concerned
Actually,
about
Jordan,
that game.
David, you probably don't care.
Okay, hold on.
Because, it's a feature you probably don't care about. I mean, it's,
I mean, as long as it has split screen, I'll be happy.
Also, Lord of the Rings games. You remember when they went from like movie to
Spider-Man. Spider-Man's a solid pick.
I got to talk about the first Lord of the Rings movie was probably the highest at the point when I played that game.
Yeah.
That was like the highest budget game I had ever played up to that point because they just ripped scenes from the movie as part of their cutscenes.
Wait, was this the real-time strategy?
No,
one?
that
no.
was Battle for Middle Earth, which they should bring back.
Battle for Middle Earth was legit.
and Battle for Middle Earth 2.
I'm talking
legit.
about like the actual Lord of the Rings game. They just pulled clips from the movie, and so it was like multi-million-dollar
You're like,
CGI
whoa.
budget.
I think Spider-Man, the latest Spider-Man's...
Yeah, the
would
new Spider-Man.
be-
But that's
would
even the
be-
old
That's
Spider-Man
not
2,
from
yeah.
a movie. That's from a comic book character that's been. I mean, he's what?
But
from
the movie,
60s?
I mean, I think there were a couple games before the movie, but let's be honest, Tobey Maguire came out as Spider-Man, and then those
Maguire.
games started hitting.
Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man.
I know, but I mean, it's not like
Who's the new kid? Can I say...
Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland.
Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man, obviously. But you want to know what he's not the best at that I watched? Nathan Drake. He sucks as Nathan Drake.
He was.
So I didn't think the movie was bad.
Yeah,
I got bored.
that's fair. Okay, Jordan, your opinion now.
We really do I don't know, like if you watch this show, all viewpoints are covered.
We
Like,
really
you know what I
do.
mean? It's a wide
You want a
spectrum of
diversity of viewpoints.
Yeah,
This
there's
is the
a
show for
wide
you.
spectrum of viewpoints.
I legitimately got bored, and I turned it off.
No, we all gave different answers. I think.
Nathan Drake needs to be a man.
Well, I mean,
Tom Holland is, even in that, he's like a boy.
well, he's
okay.
Indiana Jones, so you need like a Han Solo.
He did
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, Harrison
They're all
Ford
the same to me.
was more of a man.
Yeah.
he did better than I thought he would do, and I get they were going for like this young Nathan Drake coming up, I thought the movie was all right.
It wasn't bad.
And Nolan North was in it,
I was
who is the
bored.
voice of Nathan Drake.
I was bored.
I didn't like.
The minute,
Okay, this is what I don't get about Hollywood.
the minute him and is it Mark Wahlberg that's in that?
Yeah,
Movie with
I
him?
thought Mark Wahlberg.
The minute
could
they
have been
go,
Sully.
you want to know when I turned it off? When they went into the freaking museum party cocktail.
Yeah.
And the lady walks up to him, and they're like, she's like supposed to be this wooing
Chloe?
lady. Chloe.
You're talking
But
about
that's
Chloe,
like
or-
the first 10 minutes, right?
I was bored. I turned it off. I was like, this is stupid.
You didn't even watch the movie.
I got like, no, that's
was like the
no, that's like
first
30,
20
no, it's like 30 minutes
Oh,
in.
okay.
I got 30 minutes in, turned it off. My wife went back and watched it, and she was like, "It's okay."
Yeah, it's all right.
all right.
No,
I was bored.
this is what I don't get about Hollywood is like, it's literally written for you. Like
You just
it's,
follow it.
It's basically like you have the answers to the test, and you're choosing to purposely change them. So, because what frustrated me about the movie is I like Chloe as a character, and I like the actors that they picked. Like all the characters, I thought were fine, but it's like, well, why are we introducing Chloe now, and why are what about Elena, and why don't we just follow the story? You know what I mean?
Especially since most people that are going to watch that movie have not played the game.
Well, and that's what I feel like Hollywood forgets that sometimes. Like when you take these IPs like Halo or Uncharted, which I will admit Uncharted was better than Halo, but when you take these IPs, it's like the reason they're popular is because of these people that bought and played the games, right? So at least kind of, I feel like Uncharted found a better middle ground than Halo did, but...
Speaking of middle ground, let's talk about Middle Earth.
Oh, yeah.
And
I've only watched the first
of
two
the Rings.
episodes, and yes, I did watch them.
I've watched 3.
Hold on. Before we move on to that, did we determine that GoldenEye is the best game to movie?
I
or
think
movie to game?
It would be between that and probably Spider-Man. I would agree with that.
I would
don't
also
think
throw in Lord of the
Spider-Man-
Rings.
Spider-Man is not after a movie. It's after a character. I think there's a difference there. I think a runner-up could be Scott Pilgrim. Did you ever play that game?
No.
It's really good. Okay. well,
South Park.
Yeah,
the Stick of Truth.
and Fractured Butthole.
South Park's pretty freaking good.
Yeah, that's actually good. Okay, but that's a TV show.
Nah,
But they have
there
movies.
was movies.
They have movies.
But it's
Wasn't
never
the movie
mind.
about like
Maybe
turkeys or something? And
Canada. Blame
No,
Canada.
Remember the N64 game was really good. It was
yeah.
about you had to snowball turkeys.
The
You can,
snowball.
you can throw pea
I don't know if
snowballs.
really good is the right term
I
for
had
that,
that game.
but I did too. I mean, it was
Yeah.
fun. That had co-op or split screen.
Yeah.
That had split screen co-op. You play with your
Yeah,
friends.
that was good. It was good.
Okay, so now let's move on to Middle Earth. I think GoldenEye wins. I think
Okay,
that's
it's definitely a contender. Top
No,
3 for
it
sure.
wins.
Okay.
yeah.
Mario came from the
That
movie.
was a great movie. Like,
Okay, we're going in reverse.
especially when Yoshi came on.
No, it's movie from game.
That's the kind of thing in that writing room. They were like, "Hey, if we're gonna deviate, let's just
Go hard.
And
go
in
all
that
the way.
case, I think it worked.
Oh man! Speaking of which, I think one of our listeners, it was Super Shocker, I believe, sent that to my brother.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember that.
Which, by the way, my brother loves that.
Yeah.
that you sent that to him.
Let's.
Super Shocker.
So Middle Earth. I've watched 3 episodes. There's all sorts of views over it all the way. And right now, my review of the Amazon Middle Earth series is
It should have co-op.
where
should have split screen
where is
co-op.
split screen.
Where is split
Right.
screen co-op on that?
No, it's just right now. It's wait and see. Honestly, 3 episodes in, I would like to start seeing stuff happen. I'm 3 episodes in, and it's just I
hate that.
I'm not super connected yet, but it's also not super turned me off. It just is right now. It's yet to be seen where it goes. Honestly, for me, for me.
I was incredibly scared because big fan of the movies, big fan of the books. I'm actually rereading the David Day books right now. He's basically has like everything. They're really good. You can get them wherever, Barnes and Noble and stuff. But I'm rereading those ones. Then I'll dabble back into the Silmarillion, But anyway,
Nerd.
yeah. Anyway,
That's
I'm
like
just trying to
Jordan's version of
hey,
name dropping.
Hey, I'm just
know.
trying to.
He's flexing.
Yeah,
I'm just trying
just
to
name drop.
I'm just trying to pad the credentials here.
I have read the
I've read them all.
Encyclopedia of Lord of the Rings.
Yes. Actually, funny story.
So David, suck it.
No, this is a funny story. I actually watched the show with one of my neighbors because they wanted to try it out, and he's a really big Lord of the Rings fan too. And he,
Or he thought he was till he met you.
no,
Yeah,
he's, no,
and then
he knows.
squashed his
He knows
moral of the
power
story?
level.
No, he knows more than I do. I mean, it's really great. But what was great is he brought the Lord of the Rings dictionary as we watched the show, so we were able just to kind of touch up on a few things. Yeah. No, it was great. I pulled it up a few times.
Remind me not to watch a show with you.
Yeah, no,
ever.
it was great, and that's
cool, man.
that's another one
Did
by.
you pause it? What'd you pause? How did this work with the dictionary?
No, you
Did
just picked
pause
it up and you kind of okay. I think that's where they're going with this one. That's interesting.
But you would have to pause.
No, we
right?
didn't pause,
So
yeah.
give me an example of what was looked up in the Lord of the Rings
Weenus.
dictionary.
There was a certain part when something came down from the sky.
Okay. Yes.
And I thought that can't be who I think it is because that particular person did not come to the third age. And I wanted to basically confirm that I was correct. And I was. That particular person did not come till the third age. So I don't know what they're doing with that person. Given I haven't seen episode 3 yet.
Okay. Well, you just spoiled some stuff for me.
Yeah, I know who that person is now.
Okay, good.
Because
he shouldn't be there.
I
so
assumed it was this person.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be. So
Also, I said to my wife, "Look who we get to see naked," and we did
wait, what?
when he first comes down.
We're still talking about the show.
Oh, I guess you get like you didn't
The
see
fetal
anything.
position.
The
Yeah,
weenus.
The fetal position nudity.
Anyway, you can call it a spoiler alert if you want, but he's, from my understanding,
You still don't spoil anything.
Yeah.
Still try not to spoil.
yeah, anyway, doesn't come till the third age. Anyway, so I just looked that up in the dictionary real quick. But no, if you like, I suggest the David Day series.
You guys want to have a good time? You go to a movie with Jordan.
Yeah, I suggest.
Bring your notebooks.
Bring your notebook.
No, I really do. If
Bring
you,
some reading material.
if you like the Lord of the Rings series, I suggest his books. They're really good. They're just basically overviews and just a lot of knowledge of Middle Earth, which is really fun. But anyway, I was really worried about this show.
Yeah.
I'm still worried?
It's not bad. You know what I mean? It's not
what it isn't clearly yet.
I'm actually
What it is not. It's definitely not the level of storytelling of the masterpiece that is Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it becomes that, but
Yeah.
it's definitely not there
no.
yet.
I will say this. So, okay, I won't spoil things.
Thank goodness.
At the end, so they started out with the first 2 episodes. That's how they premiered the show. At the end of episode 2, they showed a trailer. They showed locations in that trailer, which I am very excited to go and explore because of the
as a viewer.
as a Tolkien
As a man with a dictionary.
yeah. I'm very excited to go to those locations.
Yeah, what is apparent is they spent a crap ton of money on this because, wow, it is very...
Oh, did you know?
It's
Well,
almost
this is,
I think it's almost $1 billion that they spent.
oh yeah,
in
well yeah,
producing.
because did you know they spent? So this check this out. This is crazy. This is just like throwing money around. So they spent, I think it was like $200 million on just the rights alone. Now get this, they only have the rights to the second age.
Hey,
That's some some power negotiation right there.
So, which I'll tell you fun anecdotes later. But anyway, which is why certain things are. But that's also what worried me. It's like, okay, well, if you only have the rights to the second age, what are your? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm fine with shows taking creative liberties, but respecting the source material while taking those
so
creative
when we're
liberties.
rich, can we just buy the rights to Diagon Alley
Yeah, oh yeah, you can buy anything you want with money.
with money?
With a lot of money.
Just Diagon Alley.
Well, and that's
I want
why-
a discount. I don't want the whole Harry Potter. I just want Diagon Alley.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's so.
I just want Lucy from Charlie Brown.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think it's such an expensive show because like they spent just that on the rights to just the second age. So they're not allowed to use hobbits.
I guess
like
that
the term hobbits.
I guess that makes sense though, right? Because
I don't know.
You
Doesn't
can
make
buy
sense to me.
certain songs from albums, maybe, for licensing for that.
But different ages. That's
Yeah, they only
This is
own
just
they
the
only
nerd
have the
version of that.
they only have the rights to the second age of Lord of the Rings.
That's
The
hilarious.
third age is what we know, and then the first age is kind of like the
Who's they? Is this Amazon?
yeah Amazon.
What other IPs do they have? Because then they could start throwing in like Marty McFly in there, like like what IPs?
That's
does
what I
Amazon
was
have?
worried about.
They have the boys.
Okay, maybe get a time traveler superhero and then have him appear because
Then
now they can
blow
do
up-
technically
have
whatever
them-
they want now, right?
You can blow up wieners in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, you could.
No, anyways,
That
it's
happens
real-
in The
it's-
Boys.
That's in the
Just,
boys. Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
so-
I'm not just saying that. Everybody is.
There's a lot of things that
See,
David
again-
needs to clarify.
Yeah.
Again, I will say this
Say it.
because I kind of use Halo as a baseline for TV shows.
Yeah. Okay. Better or worse than Halo?
It's better than
Yeah, I would agree with that. It didn't turn me off as quickly.
It's $900 million better.
well, even yeah, that's right. Weren't they only 10 million or something like
No,
that?
Halo-
no, they were 100 million.
Halo was $100 million for that season. Now we're talking.
They-
Add
they
that
would've
extra
spent-
zero at the end.
Would have spent
Or
900
two,
million more.
or three.
Maybe we would have had a good show.
Yeah. So anyway,
That's
No,
what
I have not watched
that's
House
what
of
it costs-
Dragons. That's my next one. I'm very
yeah,
excited.
I
for
watched
House of
that one.
Dragons. Very excited.
That one's pretty good.
very excited because the Targaryens, that's my people. The crazies.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
I relate to the crazies that own dragons.
Like I said the other week, the dragons are dope. They are like when you just
Are they $1 billion dope?
No, they are. Like
They are.
someone got paid for those dragons. Like they look good.
The dragons are dope. We need a T-shirt that says that.
Dragons are dope.
No, the dragons are dope. The dragons are dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think that covers us for this week. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Very pop
Thank
culture
you for
week.
very pop culture week this
Actually,
week.
no, we talked a lot before we
That's
strayed.
true. That's true. Before we got distracted. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate it. A day early this week, so, a little surprise. Surprise.
Hey.
We'll be back at our normal time next week. If you haven't yet, come join us over on Discord at XoneBros.com/Discord. I'll take you right there. Come subscribe to us on YouTube. Support the show. Leave us a 5-star rating on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. It very much helps us out. Have a great week, everybody. See you in Xbox land.
I'm walking